Welcome to Women in Tech on ThinkTech Hawaii. I'm your host, Tadia Rice. Technology today is developing faster than ever, and there are women who are establishing the blueprint for those who just don't want to fit into the tech industry, but are here to rewrite it with unshakable confidence. Yamini Sagar is foremost among those women. She has a very clear sense of purpose and passion, and I am in complete awe and admiration of her because she has a level of resilience and imagination combined with a unique global lens that benefits so many. I was lucky to catch up with her recently, and it's such a treat to have her with me today on Women in Tech, our inaugural show at ThinkTech Hawaii. Let me share just a bit about Yamini's journey because it's so amazing. I don't even know where to start. Yamini was an immigrant when she came to the US from India. She entered the world of financial services, a double standards industry built by men for men, but she's changed the banking industry. She's combined technology, software, and algorithms to modernize, automate, and streamline fintech services. She survived the bro code of finance. She pioneered the institutional digital asset space, and she has led product invitations that trade on the New York Stock Exchange. A patent holding expert in Bitcoin and an indisputable technical authority with her company InstaRails, she has made digital payments easier, faster, and cheaper. Welcome, Yamini. Tell us, how did you learn how to navigate this world so intimately?
So, hi, Tadia. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me on this show. Especially excited because this is your inaugural event, and you're also another strong woman, and love this conversation. So, for me, you nailed it, right? As an immigrant and a woman, I started working in fintech, and it wasn't even with the good fortune that I had of working with some of the best institutions in the world. I still had to navigate through the bro code. So I feel like what kept me grounded was the obsession around learning complex systems and technology. So whether it was clearing and risk management for trillions of dollars in trades across 6 continents, or building a Bitcoin custody platform for institutional clients, or it could have been navigating the licensing for the 50 states in the US, or building bank code compliance and security, all of those complex tasks excited me. And that's what I feel gave me the strength and the resilience to keep going. However, I would say that in the beginning, obviously, as a woman and an immigrant, it wasn't that easy to navigate this system. And I lacked self confidence in the beginning. But there were some women who inspired me, some women who came before me. For example, Sheryl Sandberg's book, Lean In, gave me the language that I needed at that time to be successful. So that was one, and there was one more book. It was written by two women corps, two women Marine corps. It's called Leading from the Front, and that gave me all the what is the tactics that I needed to survive under pressure. So I feel like the whole combination of having the technology background and then being from a different background, having inspiring women to lead you, helped me to navigate through the system and help me become successful and found InstaRails.
So, what is it, aside from the resilience that we know you have, and the fact that you found mentors in one way or another, um, that help drive you? And what is it that folks should know about you that most people don't know?
Absolutely. So at my core, Tadia, I am a technology and a payments nerd, and I have built a payment infrastructure. But what folks should know is that I have built financial empowerment. So that's most important thing for me. What my company Instarals does is very simple to explain to anyone, even though the technology behind it is not that simple. But what we essentially do is we give small, medium businesses as well as financial institutions uh, the tools that they need for cross border payment services. So, through our proprietary payments network, we give them the ability to transfer money to 150 countries and pay the recipients in their local currencies. We do not use correspondent banks, we completely bypass them. So, it makes our platform more transparent, cheaper, and faster than the legacy payment rails. So, for us, what is important is a small business telling us how they have saved thousands of dollars after switching to InstaRails, or when the recipient tells us that they have saved time by receiving the payments instantly instead of waiting for it for days. And one more thing is that they have received the funds, whether they are banked or unbanked. So that's what gets me up in the morning.
I see. That gives you joy because what you're doing really is keeping money in the pockets of people who need it the most, and you're benefiting those who make a living. And sometimes it's very hard to do that. And so, why should we lose fees? On banking. So this is really a great thing you're doing. So, what else did it take you to succeed? Because you're really a change maker in a male-dominated industry. You're an innovator in technology. It's Did you ever feel like you were an outsider?
Yes, that's a great question. So for me, right, like InstaReels, I feel like was not born out of a whiteboard experience. It was basically built out of a lived experience. So I feel like coming from India, when I personally had to pay offshore vendors in India, or if I had to pay my mom or send money back to my family, I experienced the pain points and the financial friction firsthand where when the payments were sent out, they were very expensive and very slow to deliver. And the other thing is working at big institutions, some of the best institutions in the world, luckily gave me that front row seat where I could see that there is a handful of legacy players out there who are involved in this global money movement. So there and they use these legacy systems that haven't evolved in decades, right? So I saw the problem that was out there. And being an outsider, I feel like it is not a handicap, it's actually a blessing. Because coming from India, right? Like, and you mentioned this in the intro, I saw UPI, which is the Unified Payment Interface, evolve in front of my eyes and being adopted, going from zero to like billions of transactions and adopted by an entire nation so easily. I have also like traveled the world and I follow a lot of countries and payments innovation of like M-Pesa in Kenya or be it Pix in Brazil. I'm seeing this whole landscape evolve so quickly and other countries advancing so fast. So all of that like gave me this idea of okay, there is this problem out there, and I figured out that okay, there is a solution out there too, and that's what the outsider perspective gave me. Is I feel the global lens and the resilience that I had to build as an outsider because it wasn't easy, right? Navigating the system as a woman, as an immigrant. So the resilience that it gave me, both of these things helped me to build InstaRails and solve this problem for small businesses and for immigrants who are sending money back or sending money cross border.
For those of us who've lived out of the United States, this is a very common issue where people are have relatives who live around the globe, and they need to have dollars infused into their life, their economy, because it stretches so far. So for those who live in the U.S., who have come from another place or have family in another location, this is critically important because cheaper, faster, it makes all the difference in the world for those who are the recipients of this money. Now, you also told me, I'm going to shift gears a little bit now. You told me how you adopted the Japanese concept called ikigai into your life. And of course, that concept we understand very well in Hawaii is the idea of having meaning in your life, a sense of purpose, a source of motivation. But tell me more about how that affects you. When did Ikigai come into your life? Why? How did you adopt it? And what has the impact been for you?
Yes, absolutely. So, Ikigai, actually, the book fell into my hands during COVID when a friend of mine she gifted it to me, and I just fell in love with the concept of ikigai. And essentially, it asks you like four questions, right, which are very simple to answer. The first one is like, what are you good at? Like, what are you good at? What are you passionate about? And the second thing is, what do you love? The third question is, what does the world need? And the fourth question is, what can you be paid for? And it's like when you combine these four questions and try to answer them, and that overlap of them gives you the answer, gives you your ikigai, which is your purpose of life. So, for instance, for me, it was building something that I'm passionate about and solving. For me, I'm passionate about solving this problem for the hardworking businesses and people and help them save money so that they become financially empowered. When they save money that goes into fees, then what they are doing is they are using that money to empower their own community, make their community stronger, make their family stronger, invest into their growth. So this is the mission that I'm passionate about. And when I'm going to, and I'm good at it because I have the background and I'm going to get paid for it. And that's what I feel is my purpose in life. And for me, it's not the business outcome, but it's achieving this mission.
Hmm. That's it. Ikigai is wonderful to adopt, and I should probably revisit it myself. So, looking back, what do you think were the three qualities or skills or areas of knowledge that you possess that were the most impactful in your journey? In other words, what advice would you give to folks who are early in their career, on their journey? How can they best develop or improve on these?
I have a lot of students that I mentor as well. And the advice that I give them is the first thing is find what you're passionate about. Because if you don't enjoy what you do, then you're not going to enjoy your life or your work and you will despise it, right? For me, I found it late, right? I initially started in a different career as a developer, I was a coder. And then eventually I switched to product management and I fell in love with it. And I was like, okay, this is what I love. This is what I'm passionate about. And once I found that passion, my job never felt like work to me. I would forget the hour, how many hours I work. I would forget vacations. I would just love what I do, right? So find your passion. That is the first thing. The second thing is hard work. So for me, I feel like I developed my competence by hard work, meaning if someone is struggling with, say, customer support, I would jump in and help. If someone is struggling with sales, I would jump in and help. Compliance, legal, marketing, like hard work, just go in there, help people learn whatever you can. And that is what is going to make you an expert in anything that you're doing. And the last thing is technology, right? Like, don't be afraid of technology. I see some people extremely scared, but it's like, no, just go and play with it and learn it and try to grasp it, become an expert. And I feel like once you do these three things, then it really helps you to be successful. And finding a passion, obviously, is the most important one, though.
Oh, great advice. Clearly, that helped you make InstaRail so successful. By now, you've received honors, recognition, and awards, not just for what you've created, but for your thought leadership, your innovation to the fintech sector. What insights on technology can you give? Technology that drives economic growth and social progress, similar to what you've done, especially in this rather dystopian time of global instability and social change.
Yes, that's a great question. And especially at this time, right, Tadia? So for me, I feel like it's been a very humbling journey. But honestly, like it's not the awards that matters to me. It's the metrics where when a small business owner tells me that, oh, again, thanks, like I saved money because of you. Like we saved one of our customers uh more than $6,500 last year in fees, and they were so excited and so thrilled as a small business owner. That's what excites me. What excites me is someone in India, the vendors or their employees in India telling me that they received their funds instantly, or the person in Philippines saying, even when I was unbanked, I was able to receive the money through Gcash wallet or through cash pickup. That's what excites me. However, I feel like for everyone else, I feel like in this era, especially with all these new technologies and the hype around it, I feel like don't be think of technology as a tool, right? Embrace it. If there is anything new out there, like I do this all the time, I go out and learn it. I love to just go out and learn it and go and look under the hoods, like how it works. What is it actually trying to do? Try to understand it. Try to, and then I tell everyone that don't adopt technology just for the hype or just because someone else did it. Don't try to copy what others are doing because that's an immediate race to irrelevancy, right? But take a look at the technology and yeah, and see how is it going to help you solve a problem, especially when you see a problem out there and everyone is complaining about it and they need a solution for it. Don't complain just like them. Think of it as an opportunity, saying that, okay, there is this problem out there. Everyone is complaining about it. How can I fix it? And how can I fix it using technology? Can I use, will blockchain help me here? Or will Gen AI help me here? So just think about like what that would be, and I also feel like some of the best product breakthroughs that I have had is with a strong cup of coffee and a whiteboard. And then after I come up with something, and also I dream about it. So dreams are very important. Like you can dream about what you are trying to build, but then eventually talking to people who think differently than you, who have a completely different opinion. Like talking to them, brainstorming with them helps you to come up with those product breakthroughs and validate your ideas before you go out and even present it and talk to potential customers. So don't think that technology is what do you say, is a burden. Don't think of it as a hype, but I would say go out there, learn it, and see what you can do with it and what solutions can you bring to bring a change in this world and add more value to this world.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, Yamini. I tell you, it's be the change you want to see with technology helping you along. And you know what? You touched on inspiration. That's a whole nother show. So I'll have to get you back so we can talk about that. Because the fact that dreams are a link to inspiration is so true. And I think with women and intuition, kind of we have an advantage sometimes. But listen, I wanted to tell you, I used to use PayPal to send money. And this is when I lived in South Africa and Namibia. It cost me about 7% for any transaction that I made. That was way too expensive. And I would even send money in the US to them. And when I was there, from them to the US. But now, thanks to you, I'm going to start using InstaRails because it's a fraction of the cost. Plus, it's instant. I know how valuable that is. I've been on both sides. It's such a good platform for people and businesses. Now, interestingly, in Hawaii, over 20% of our labor force are from the Philippines. Over 3,000 foreign nationals are students attending colleges in Hawaii and universities in Hawaii and Honolulu. Plus, we have over 8,000 refugees from Ukraine and Turkey. So, this is a great resource for those people who are just here locally in Hawaii. So, I'm going to do my bit and tell everyone I know about InstaRails because I'm so grateful. It's just wonderful to have this time with you. There's so much we could talk about, but our time has come to a close. Yamini Sagar, you are such a remarkable guest. Thank you for being here with me today. I just want to ask you, what is your final words to this beautiful audience that we have on ThinkTech, Women in Tech in Hawaii?
Yeah, so my final word is don't be afraid of technology. Embrace it, learn it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, right? I'm here to help you and guide you. You can reach me at info@instarails.io. And Tadia, I feel like this podcast has been like a calling to me to come to Hawaii soon. So I can't wait to be there. And I know that I'll be there soon. So looking forward to it and looking forward to meeting you.
We will welcome you with a very warm embrace and great aloha, my dear. So, okay, I'm going to dovetail on what you said and let the viewers know that your otherness is not a barrier. It's a blueprint, not a barrier, but a blueprint. Don't just look for a seat at the table. Keep building that table. because we all have the discipline, the competence, and the authority of the outsider advantage. That's what women have, authority of the outsider advantage. The Old Boys Club is a relic of the past, and the future really is being built by people like you, Yamini, and other women who understand that you don't fear technology, you embrace it because it's very powerful. So we'll be back again with more stories of resilience and the code to thrive. Until then, keep dismantling the status quo and stay bold. See you in the next episode as we continue to reclaim the code with women in tech. Aloha.
To you, aloha and namaste.
Namaste.